Hi, okay, so the phenomenon I decided on to discuss, or rather have my students discuss, is positive phototropism. And so I came to that decision um, after having watched the webinar, reviewing the resources, and observing things on my own. And I have a plant in my office where all the leaves and tendrils grow on one side, the side facing the window. And as an adult, of course, I know why that happens. But then I thought back and I said, well, I know why that happens because I was told. So then that made me think again, well, how much more fun would it have been if instead of being told, I got to experiment and discover this logic, the facts, the science behind this on my own. Um, and so, just to explain to you adults, positive phototropism is when plants grow towards sunlight and or water. So to the standard that I would use for this lesson would be the KESS22 Earth System Standard for kindergartners, the grade I want to teach. Construct an argument supported by evidence for how plants and animals can change the environment to meet their needs. And the step for this would be engaging an argument from evidence, and the CCC would be systems and system models. And I'll discuss those a little bit further in a second. So, to kickstart this lesson with my students without giving them any hints, any background information, revealing anything, I would play this video for them and say, I want you to watch something and then we'll talk about it afterwards. And I like this video because it's very indescriptive. There's no narrative. It's just like a raw video showing the science. Okay, so that gives you kind of a basic idea. So the questions I would use to follow up would be, and the first one I could ask before or after, what are some things you already know about plants? And what are some things that you have observed or seen from this video? Seen is a good synonym, observes kind of a big word for 5-year-olds. Why do you think that the plants were not growing straight up? And what might cause plants to grow in different directions? I'll save that fifth one for later. So these four, I would have an open-ended classroom discussion, and after some deliberation, I would want them to break up into their table groups and discuss a little bit further and try to hypothesize and figure things out on their own. At that point, they might even break up more. Two have one idea, two have another idea, and then they'd come up to me and say, this is what we think, are we right? And then at that point, I'd say, I don't know, are you right? And so hopefully they would ask me if they can test it out. And so that would be where the how might we experiment with your ideas would come in. And I have another standard that would work with that. It'd be kind of a collaboration standard. And that is the KESS31, Earth and Human Activity. Use a model to represent the relationship between the needs of different plants and animals and the places that they live. And so they might say, well, can we grow a seed? And they want to grow one under their desk, on top of their desk, by the window, in the closet. And this would be a great way for them to support or disprove their argument with evidence through systems and models, the models of the plants that they would have. And they would come to these conclusions all on their own without very, very, very little help from me. Maybe just a little bit of direction, but I would never give anything away. So that's about it.